Hello and welcome to another colony submission video. This is number 11 in our series. Today, taking a look at your submissions, your playthroughs, and getting some inspiration and just seeing the cool stuff that you guys have built. Today's comes to us from a viewer named MadKelp23, and they're playing with the Iron Teeth on the Craters map. Fun fact, those of you who've been watching our channel for a long time are probably going to remember way back in Series 9, we played the Craters map with the Iron Teeth in Update 4. The map did change a little bit since then, but it's fun to come back and see another take on this with the same faction. And there's a lot going on here. They did make a note. I'll pop the submission notes up on the screen here real quick. But they did make a note that they're not quite finished, and there's still some more stuff they're working on, but there's still plenty for us to take a look at. We've got beavers with 59 well-being, and basic needs and nutrition are all looking really good. Social life's looking pretty good, aesthetics are looking strong, and then everything else, with the exception of the Earth Repopulator, of course, is represented to some degree, and I like how this is laid out. Let's go ahead and start out with going all the way down to the very bottom of the map. I love to do this every single time I open up a new thing just to see what kind of cool stuff is hidden underneath. But right here in the middle of the map, we've got some food storage, and we have... I love the tubeway sounds. How many times have I said that in the last couple weeks? Too many. But... we have the tubeways in here actually making this a perfectly impermeable vault kind of thing, which is really neat. This goes all the way up here to this tubeway station that also connects to some farms, and we've got crops growing up here, and these aren't connected to the outside world with paths because, of course, there's other tubeways you can see coming through here, and then going out to this way where we have other tubeways connecting to different spots. This is connected to paths, but there's no station here for the tubeways. This is just for the beavers to get down in here. But you follow these guys up, and we start to see some action here. We've got bots and bio beavers going to the tubeways. This comes up this way, which then comes up this way, and this way, and this way. And hey, guess what? There's more tubeway stations. And then over here, of course, we connect to the main network, and you can see a whole lot of stuff going on here. We've got these tubes snaking all over the map, and I mean all over. Quite literally, all over the map. Basically every single corner that you could possibly want to access. Really, really strong connectivity. I would have loved to have these when we played this map. 2 years ago? 2 summers ago, I think is when that happened. But like I said, we have this vault thing here, which they did highlight in their submission form. I think that is pretty cool. And then, you know, we are in unbound camera mode, so we can see a whole lot of other stuff. Over here we have number crunchers. Yes, number cruncher fans, your cries have been answered with some glorious underwater number crunchers connected to a robust power supply system here, making a very healthy 7,700 HP by diverting all of the bad water out the side of the map here. And then, of course, everything is connected. If you go up through, boy, these are tall. We got all these things right here. We've got some nicely organized industrial areas, and everything is just set up in a really organized, pleasant fashion. And take a look at the design of this right here, with all of these large row houses and large barracks here in a very pleasing, what I would consider to be a manor style design. Got some shrubberies, we've got some beaver busts, we've got monuments, and a big swimming pool right in the front yard. How about that? Recreation close at hand. And look at this little overhang cavern here with the campfires. That is pretty nifty. I like that a lot. But of course, there's still more to see. We come over here to the rest of the farm area. We have another kind of beaver apartment complex. Not quite so much of a manor type vibe, but still very much the same architectural styles here. With the nice roofing up top here, and we've got a little bit of industrial, still plenty of opportunities for swimming and campfire relaxation, and some exercise plazas as well. Just everything is very nicely represented, super convenient for the beavers who live and work near here. And then we do have some other power production as well, with the help of some compact water wheels, taking advantage of the natural flow of water on this map. It hasn't really been modified too extremely extensively. Like when we played this map, I remember we spent a whole long time trying to get all of this excavated out or blasted out, and then having a ton of the large water wheels and everything everywhere. But no, this very harmonious with the natural design of the map. And there are a couple of other things as well, like this one over here. currently, you know, using no power because the beavers are asleep. We've got some food processing. We've got some more food growing here. And again, stuff just very nicely separated into clearly defined areas without being super far away because, again, we do have all of these tubeways. I love that sound. Stop saying it. No, I will not. I refuse because I love the sound. But it's just everything is connected really nicely, and I appreciate the intentional design with the purpose of efficiency without disturbing the landscape to a degree that would, let's say, be something you might see in one of my videos. But it's just really nice to see this map and see it taken over in a way that is not as disruptive. I do really appreciate that. So, I've been told in the submission notes that there is a waterfall that hides a little secret here. So let's see if we can find that. We've got a lot of stuff to take a look at here. Again, in our playthrough, we did do some heavy modifications to terrain, but these craters up here remain mostly unchanged. We do have tubeways here that are, of course, going all over the map. If we just put this back to default land, we do have some sources here on the very edge of the map that you peel this back. We have a clever bad water diversion system. Extremely simple setup, but hey, it works, and it is going to be impossible for this to go wrong. Gotta love it. And of course, tubeway stations. We've already discussed that. But very, very clean here. We do have natural bridge with this piece of land here. Looking very nice, feeding into this natural pool. And then, of course, coming through here to go off the edge of the map, you can see there's some work being done here to turn this into a reservoir. At some point in the future, when the beavers have some spare time, I'm sure they'll come over here and begin work on this. But that's going to look pretty nice. Really do like that. And you can see here in the, you know, update 4 version of the game, it wasn't possible for us to blast terrain out like this. Of course, we have the tunnels now, and that is what has happened here. We have this pass through here, this pass through here, to get some easier access to all of these metal ruins, and then, of course, putting water through here with triple floodgates. All sorts of good stuff. So, we got a waterfall here. Let's see if we have hidden stuff behind it. And yes, we do. Take a look at these guys. We've got 10 engines churning away back here and some nice hidden access. Very simple, but hey, it works. And you'd never know it was there if you weren't paying attention very closely to where these beavers were disappearing. Did a good job masking this with these fire pits on top of the little overhangs here. I did not actually find that when I first opened the map to take a look before I started recording the video. So very good job with that. And there's also a note about using the second water source to green the map, which I believe is what we ran into down here. And of course, once this is put up, we have these guys here on level 5 or 6, I think is what it ends up being, unless I'm just completely wrong with where my pointer's going. But that is going to turn a substantial quantity of this green or greener. And in fact, there's going to be a little bit of flooding occurring here, if I'm correct here. Let's peel this back and just take a look. Yeah, because this is right here the maximum level at which water will be allowed to get to before it exits the map, assuming, you know, it has nowhere else to go. But we come back over here. Oh, you know what? No, they thought of that. We have this floodgate ready to go here, and of course we have sluices that can flow one way. So I stand thoroughly corrected. This will be a very nice canyon irrigation system over here. Well done. I did not think that matched up. I wanted to take a look at this too. Look at all these right here, leading up to, of course, the Earth repopulator that is ready to go. So we might set that off before we say goodbye today. But I like using the natural parts of the map to do stuff like this. And even just like right here, we have these overhangs just cleverly coming off the side of the cliff here. It doesn't look out of place, despite, you know, what, 7 or 8 tiles worth of stuff overhanging here. It flows nicely with the rest of this industrial district, and you'd be forgiven for just assuming this was sitting on the ground. Of course, if you come over here, you're going to see that that's not actually the case. But peel this back a couple layers, I just noticed something. We have these lining the underside of this cliff overhang, which I think is pretty snazzy. And of course, we didn't talk about this whole thing over here, but It's a lot of dirt excavators. You got 4 of these things going, and it looks like your dirt storage is actually full. You've got 645, so you might want to put a couple more of these. Why do I forget what these are called? Large industrial piles. It's okay. You know, I've only got 1,300 hours in the game. Can't remember what buildings are called. But yeah, to put a whole bunch of this stuff in, you're probably gonna, because I'm sure you're gonna be doing more terrain stuff. Gonna want to get some more storage in. But like I said, a really nice, harmonious playthrough on this map that I so mercilessly destroyed when we had a good time playing it. But let's go ahead and set this Earth repopulator off right here toward the end of the day. So what I'm going to do, I do have the first person view. I'm going to hit launch on this guy, and then we're going to come right here to the middle of town, and we're going to watch these guys wherever the stuff comes from. I think it's over here. Yep, look at them go. I just love doing this. The first-person view is great. I absolutely love it. They don't have that installed in this playthrough. They're actually using good statistics and mod settings, but that doesn't actually, you know, do anything that you can see in-game. It just kind of enables other stuff to happen. So, for all intents and purposes, a vanilla playthrough. Gotta love it. And of course, we always love seeing these things go around at sunset with the beautiful color gradient in the sky. So, always, always, always enjoy getting to take a look at fun stuff like this. And of course, the minimap helps as well. It really helps, you know, get an idea of what is where. I know that's the whole point of a minimap, but the different color things really do end up looking really nice on this. I think I'm going to start playing with this more. And now we get to take a look at some of the statistics of this playthrough with almost 1,400 beavers born, 250,000 water consumed, tails painted, 12,591, over 114,000 trees cut down, and only a single beaver exploded in over 2,000 dynamite detonations. Hey, well, I'm not a math expert, but that's pretty good. That's that's like, what, less than a tenth of a percent? I don't know, that's probably wrong, but I digress. Well done. Well, that's what the game says, that's what I say. Really fun taking a look at this, so thanks very much for submitting. And I do hope you continue to develop this, and please do feel free to send it back once you think you're finished. I'd love to see what kind of stuff you continue to do with this. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. And as always, I do really appreciate you guys watching these videos and all the enthusiasm for all of the different submissions. It's been really cool seeing everybody's comments and, of course, taking a look at all of these. We're starting to run a little bit low. There's still a few that I haven't gotten around to. But if you've got something that you're really proud of, you want to show off, feel free to send it in. The link is in the description of the videos. I can't promise I'm going to do a video on it, but I do take a look at all of them. And I do pick my favorite ones, or the ones that I think would be most thematically appropriate to what else we have going on the channel. So please do feel free to send me anything, especially if you've got stuff with the Ember Pelts faction or water beavers, because I'm out of those. But I digress. Of course, Beard Boosters make it possible by subsidizing everything we do here, so I don't have to court sponsorships or anything like that. We can just have a good time playing with the beavers online and enjoying each other's company in a positive and encouraging atmosphere. Very important to me, and I trust you feel the same way. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll be right back to our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.